Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Kevin Robinson. I am the co-founder and president and chief technology officer at R Triad Enterprises, LLC, headquartered in Greensboro, North Carolina. Just wanted to take a minute, give a high-level analogy around ticket or token-based identity systems, and talk about it in the context of an airport so that it can be easily understood. So identity is all about identifying who you are. So are you who you say you are? We call this authentication. There are a lot of different ways we can do this with regards to being a human being. There's photos, there's signatures. You might be asked to sign something in the presence of witnesses or get testimonials from people who you know. In places like the Department of Motor Vehicles, you may have to show a birth certificate or a social security number. There are other authorities where you may need to show a credit card or produce a fingerprint. And in very, very secure situations, you may even be asked to give a retinal scan. This results oftentimes in high-level credentials from trusted third parties, like the passport or the driver's license. The third parties are trusted organizations like the Department of Motor Vehicles. Once you have these credentials, they have different items in them that show that they are authentic, like holograms, signatures, photographs. The idea here is to create undisputed proof of identity. These credentials are really hard to counterfeit based on these forms of validation. If they are counterfeited, they're well known to create unrestricted access because people trust these credentials so heavily. When compromised, they must be replaced or renewed with new credentials. So in our analogy here at the airport, we come to the front desk where we check in. We check in using our third-party trusted credential, the credential that contains lots and lots of personally identifiable information. Our address, our date of birth, our signature, our photograph. These are credentials that should be protected, and this information should be protected. Therefore, we do not show these credentials in every access point within the airport. Instead, we're given a boarding pass that has more relevant information to our access to resources that we need in the airport. Specifically, it has less personally identifiable information, so there's less risk of exposing that information to others. There's no need to go around telling everyone my date of birth. It also has aspects to it that are for the local use only. For instance, things like my flight number or the gate number and which airline I'm to use. The information on the pass is also time sensitive, and the assumption is that in order to get such a credential, I've already authenticated at the check-in desk. So if we play out the scenario of what could happen if I got a counterfeit boarding pass, I could access the security gate and roam about the airport. So this is very important that we make sure that that authentication took place. The assumption around authentication is key to understand. Cannot be emphasized enough that there is a limit to the resources that we have based on the ticket that I received or the token, and that it has a time and date stamp. Therefore, it has an expiration and it has limited time access. So we want to make sure we understand that the tokens and tickets that are being given out do not have my personally identifiable information. So in an identity system, this is equivalent to no one actually gets my password or my username. What they get is a token that has the pertinent information to the resources that I need to access for the time that I need to access them. If that time runs out, we're going to re-authenticate and ask for a new token. And so this is not exactly every detail of how identity systems work, but overall, it gives us a good analogy to understand the principles that are in use in a token or ticket-based identity provider. Once again, we'd like to thank you, and if you need any further assistance, you can visit our website at rtriad.com, rtriad.com, and click on the button that says Ask R Triad. Thank you.